Virgin thought it was just a one-night stand, until she got pregnant for the Sterile Sea. Part 2. The early morning light crept through the velvet curtains, brushing across Elena's trembling hands. Her mind replayed the events of the last night like a slow, unbearable movie, one that she couldn't pause, rewind, or escape from. She had always been careful, meticulous, and cautious. A one-night fling had never been on her horizon, but last night had broken every rule she had lived by. And now, the undeniable truth stared back at her from the pregnancy test. Positive. Her heart raced. She remembered Damien Blackwood, the CEO who everyone whispered about but no one dared approach. The man they called Sterile, the untouchable titan of the corporate world, whose icy stare alone could make even the strongest women tremble. The same man who had held her in his arms last night, whispering promises she knew he never intended to keep. Elena. Her name broke through her thoughts like a dagger. She turned sharply to see Damien standing in the doorway, his tailored suit perfectly pressed, but his eyes were softer than she had ever seen. "You're awake early," he said, his deep voice low, controlled, but something in it trembled, a subtle vulnerability. I need to talk to you," Elena whispered, holding the test behind her back. She couldn't meet his gaze. Damien stepped closer, his expression unreadable. "About last night?" She nodded, words failing her. The air between them thickened, heavy with unspoken tension. Finally, she forced herself to speak. "Oh, I'm pregnant," she said, voice trembling, almost a whisper. For a moment, Damien's face went blank, his features frozen. Then came the storm behind his eyes, the disbelief, the fear, the rage. He turned away, pacing the room like a predator trapped in his own mind. "That's impossible," he finally said without looking at her. "I'm sterile. There's no way." Elena stepped forward, desperation clawing at her chest. "I know what I'm saying. I've seen the test. I didn't plan this, Damien. I didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. And now, what are we going to do?" Damien stopped pacing. He turned slowly, eyes dark, but his voice was eerily calm. "You need to leave." Elena felt a chill. She had expected anger, maybe denial, but this was cold, clinical. And yet, beneath it, there was a flicker, something that made her stomach twist. "I can't," she said. "I can't just walk away from this. Not now." Damien's jaw clenched. He looked at her as if weighing a life-changing decision. "You don't understand," he said. "If anyone finds out, if the world finds out, it would destroy me. And you, Elena, it could ruin you too." "I don't care about the world," she said, stepping closer. "I care about us. Or, what's happening between us. Whatever this is. I need your help. I need you." For a long moment, silence stretched between them. Then Damien spoke, his voice barely a whisper, almost lost in the tension. "You don't know what you've done," he said. "You've broken something in me, something I thought was unbreakable." Days passed, and the secret became a cage around them both. Elena tried to hide the pregnancy from the world, from his colleagues, from her own family. But Damien couldn't hide. He watched her like a hawk, his jealousy and fear bubbling beneath the surface every time another man approached her. One evening, when Elena returned from an urgent meeting, she found Damien in his private office, standing over a file, fuming. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" he demanded. "Do you know what this means?" "It means I'm going to have a baby," Elena said simply. Damien's laugh was bitter, almost painful. "A baby, with me? How is that even possible?" "I don't know," she admitted. "But it happened. And now we have to deal with it." His gaze softened, just for a heartbeat, before it hardened again. "You don't know the kind of secrets I keep, the kind of dangers that come with being close to me. This changes everything." Elena's stomach twisted. "I don't care about your secrets. I care about us. About this child." Damien's hands trembled slightly as he ran them through his hair. "This child could ruin my life. And it could save mine," Elena said, meeting his gaze boldly. "Or maybe not save it, but it's a chance. A chance to feel something real, Damien. Something more than fear, control, and loneliness." The silence that followed was suffocating. Damien finally sank into his chair, his hands clutching the armrests as if to anchor himself. "I don't know if I can do this," he admitted, almost inaudibly. "You won't have to do it alone," Elena whispered. "I'll be there. We'll figure it out together." Weeks passed and Elena began showing. The secret pregnancy became a silent tension in Damien's mansion. He avoided public appearances, feared leaks, and yet, he could not stay away from her. Every glance, every touch, Every subtle protective gesture betrayed his struggle between his controlled public persona and the raw, undeniable desire to be part of this life he never thought he'd create. Then came the night that changed everything. A masked gala, one of the most exclusive events in the city. Damien attended reluctantly, Elena beside him, hiding the growing curve of her belly under a flowing gown. But the whispers had begun. Someone had noticed. Someone was suspicious. Who told them? Damien hissed in her ear as they exited the ballroom into the shadowed garden. Who knows? I don't know, Elena whispered. Suddenly, a figure stepped out from the shadows, a man with a dangerous smile. Mr. Blackwood, he said smoothly, I think we need to talk. Damien's face darkened. The man was a rival CEO, one who had been trying to sabotage Damien's company for months. And now he knew. You're playing a dangerous game, the man said, glancing at Elena. Very dangerous. Damien stepped in front of her, his hand gripping hers. Stay out of this, he said, voice low and dangerous. But the man didn't move. You think your little secret is safe? I got eyes everywhere. That child, that heir, it could ruin you, Blackwood. Both of you. Elena's heart pounded. She looked at Damien, saw the tension in his jaw, the barely contained fury. And she realized, this wasn't just about them anymore. Their child was at the center of a storm far bigger than she had imagined. Damien took a step forward. You leave or I make sure you regret it for the rest of your life. The man smirked. I'd like to see you try. Before anyone could react, Damien's security appeared, dragging the intruder back into the shadows. But Elena saw the flicker of fear in Damien's eyes. Fear for her, for their unborn child, for everything he had tried to control. And in that moment she realized something terrifying and thrilling. Damien wasn't just a cold, sterile CEO. He was a man who would fight for what was his, even against impossible odds. And she was going to be right there with him. The story ends with suspense unresolved. Elena and Damien holding each other in the moonlit garden, their hearts racing, the night echoing with danger, secrets, and the beginning of a bond neither had expected, but neither could deny. They were no longer just a CEO and a woman. They were two souls bound by something far greater than fear. Bound by a life that was just beginning. If you want to watch part 3, subscribe to the channel now, like the video and share it with one of your close friends.